And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to the Eagles Nest here on the campus of Holy Savior Menard. 446 Sports presentation of Menard Lady Eagles softball. Excited to be out here. Second home game of the regular season. The last one was on February the 27th. So a long road trip for the Lady Eagles. First one that I have done for them for the year, hosting the show and having a great time doing that. Great bunch of young ladies, and looking forward to a big night. I am Doug Gann, and joined in the booth today by my buddy Matt Scalfano. Matt, you heard do some soccer if you're an ASOL fan and an alumni here of Menard, so great to have him. Matt, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Doug. It's great to be out here. It's a nice, beautiful day. Not really much clouds in the sky, just a couple of wisps, and we got a nice breeze blowing out to the left field right in our faces, which is very convenient.
Look, the good and the bad of it. The girls were out there looking at that earlier, and they were talking about their home runs. and I told them, I said, look, that's the way not to hit one, is to do that. But we were out on the field a little bit earlier, and they're out watering the dirt. Of course, you've got to get it to settle. Everybody knows that.
Right.
But just a week ago, they're out vacuuming water off of the same day. So just to show you that how the Louisiana weather is, that's what you get.
Yeah, you never know what's going to come this way, especially, even soccer, softball, baseball, football. It's so unpredictable sometimes. I mean, we have all of our meteorologists out here just scratch their heads like, we didn't predict this. I hear that all the time.
Look, if I was a meteorologist, I would take the easy approach out, and it's 50% chance of rain every day. It's going to rain? Oh, it's not going to rain. That's the cop-out that I'll take. Let's take a look at the Jerry Lee and Company starting lineup tonight. First for the visiting Lady Mustangs of Avoyelles, Randy Mayu will be in the circle tonight for the Mustangs. Layla Litzy will bat second and play shortstop. Elise Lemoyne plays center field. She'll bat third and wear number 5. Lily Blanchard plays first base, wears number 14th, and hits in the cleanup role. 00 is Paisley Lemoyne. She plays third base. Charlie Villamaret will bat 6th, be behind the dish. She wears number 21. Kinsey Gunnels will play in left field. She wears 22. Batting 8th, wearing number 2, is Aubrey Furman. She plays second base, wears number 2. And batting 9th and playing in right field is number 20, Sage Fontenot. And before they get to announcing it here, we'll go through the starting lineup. A very familiar one. Leading off will be Sawyer Shelton, playing in center field. She wears number 18. Annabelle Drago plays in left field and wears 12. Emma Davis will be in her customary spot at second base, wearing number 20. Sophie Giordano plays shortstop tonight. She wears number 5. Kate Perotti, who was the reigning player of the game from their last game, she's behind the dish, wears number 1. Batting 6th, Addie Wright plays first base and wears number 17. In the circle, and the big night for this young lady coming up, we believe. We'll tell you more about that as it goes along. But Kaylee Methvin, number 13, is in the circle. Mika Keogh will play right field, wears number 31, and batting 9th, playing third base, Kenzie Lyle. She's also had 5 home runs on the season, the 8th grader has, and she wears number 9. And so that is our Jerry Lee and Company starting lineup. We're just moments away. That roaring that you hear in your ears, Matt, is that microphone at home plate. And we were thinking, was it wind or whatever? But we did some digging, and what did we come up with?
Apparently they're cooking something back there right behind the microphone, something nice and tasty.
So you can see the way the bleachers are set up here, and we'll take a look over there. That's where they do a lot of that cooking, and that's where that sound is coming from. So you see the umpire meeting here, and let's switch over and see if we can get you a good look at what's going on there, and you do, and we'll get to the starting lineups momentarily. Matt, your take as a Menard alumni, right? What the feeling behind, softball and baseball have been so good here.
Oh, yeah, definitely so. All throughout the years. I started here at Menard in 7th grade or so, and so it was always strong since then, and it's been being strong ever since.
We're going to turn it over to the PA announcer here, and that'll take us through the starting lineups.
Number 5, Lemoyne. Number 14, Blanchard. 00, Lemoyne. Number 21, Villamaret. Number 22, Gunnels. Number 2, Furman. Number 20, Fontenot. And the rest of the Mustangs. Leading off for the Lady Eagles, number 18, Son, of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day and this chance to come together. We ask you please bless all of our players, all of our coaches, officials, and our fans. And this game be safe, free of any incident or any harm. We ask all this in Christ's our Lord. Amen. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
You hear the national anthem and see the flag like that, Matt, and that tells you two things. One, that it's time to start softball, but seeing that flag blowing dead out to center field, what else does that tell you?
Probably going to see a lot of pop-ups, flies, and maybe even a lot of home runs today.
Yeah, and the Lady Eagles have been doing a lot of that. One of the things that Coach Turney talked about when he came on board in August was we're going to hit, and we're going to hit some more. And he likes to keep track that there are more home runs than games played. And so he's got some young ladies that have some big flies, and we're excited to see that. You take a look in at Kaylee Methvin in the circle. She is the junior pitcher for this Eagles team, and the possibility for a big night for her tonight, as she currently sits, Matt, at 496 strikeouts for her career,
wow,
which has spanned thus far since, I guess, 8th grade that she was there. But, yeah, we're talking an opportunity to hit 500 strikeouts tonight. Warm-up pitches are finished on there, and we are just about ready to get started. That sun is dancing around, but it looks like first pitch is going to be on time, and you love those games that start right away. Leading off for Avoyelles will be Randy Mayu. She is Methvin's counterpart in the circle. Methvin will look at that wristband, rock back, and steps off now, disengages there. The official down here pointing this way. I don't know if he's pointing to, I don't think he's pointing to us because we're not on the field.
It could be this door that's open out here in left field.
It just, boy, isn't that, we're used to, so Brett was on the field in the Ash game that we did the other night, and they moved him off the field, and so they're down here looking this way, and you're right. They picked up that, they're pointing at us, and I was like, what do we do now? We're outside the fence.
Messed up again. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious. This just, Louisiana weather, man. We've been bundled up. The last game a couple of games we went to, they were giving out hand warmers at the game.
Oh my goodness,
and now
really?
It's suntan lotion.
Oh, right.
First
Beautiful
one
70.
Missed up high, and we will keep you posted on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Methvin will rock back and get ready to deliver this one, and it misses low as well. So, Matt, when you were here, when were you at Menard?
I graduated in 2012.
Golly.
Yeah, I know.
That one lifted out to right field, and that's going to be a base hit, first base hit of the game. And that'll put a runner down at first base. And if you're a team like Avoyelles and you've had your struggles, 0-12 on the season out here and have had trouble scoring runs. I think in their 12 games, they've netted only 7 runs, have given up a little over 200. It's been a tough go for the Lady Mustangs of Avoyelles. Only 10 young ladies on that roster and are here today. That one in there for strike one. And so you love the fact that they continue to come out and put out the effort, though.
Oh, yeah, it's good to see that, that sportsmanship as well as that competitiveness.
Swung on and missed. Got a runner heading down to second base. She's going to make it there as Mayu picks up the base hit. Now the stolen base. And that's quickly 0-2. And that's that microphone that you're picking up here in the talking that's back there. They said, "You sure you want to put a microphone back there?" We've got that. We've got our I don't know that one's gone away, so we're going to get away from that one. You see Methvin there in the circle getting ready. She's got Parati that she is getting ready to deal towards 0-2. And now on strikes, and that is strikeout number 1. Layla Litzy with the first strikeout there. 3 more to go for that 500. Yeah, that puts her at 497, and it's difficult. You don't like talking about it ahead of time.
No.
But if you were getting to strikeout number 10, maybe that's one thing. But she's got another 495, 96 of them prior to that one, so it's okay to talk about.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Coach going to go over there and have a brief chat that's there, and we'll. That wind is something, it makes it difficult. So it's not cold like soccer, though. You do a lot of soccer for us, and it's not cold like that. Squaring to bunt, good-looking bunt over to first, and in time for the out. That was a good-looking bunt by Elise Lemoyne, and that's just Kinsey Lyles coming up, making the play, charging.
It does advance the player from second on to third, so she is in a perfect scoring position here.
Yeah, Mayu down at third base with 2 outs now. We'll clear that board off.
Yeah.
One misses. Yeah, so Matt's out learning all of the lay of the land at it. So all you have to do, Matt, is keep up with the camera, the play-by-play, the scoreboard here, and the switch and the cameras there. That's it.
Nothing too hard. Nothing hard to figure out at all.
Methvin rocks back, swung on and missed. Foul tip, that one it looked like, but the same result in it. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 2012, so you're a couple of years past that 10-year reunion. And boy, I hate to get into discussion. Swung on there and missed that one. It did Blanchard. This is Lily Blanchard, and she is 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm in that group that when they go in there and you ask her for your ID, you just look for the 19 in front of it.
Yep, I'm there too now.
That one up high and out of the zone, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick and that group should be making their way in. Menard Baseball has a game tonight also.
Oh, do they
really?
No,
actually, they don't. No, they don't play till Friday. It's Grace Baseball that has a game.
Oh, all right.
That one is up and away. Chuck is over there. We've got 3 going on tonight. The Lady Panthers are playing tonight out at Buckeye. Grace is in a district game welcoming in Monterey, and here we have this one. But our Pelican Sports Report has been putting a lot of games up. But the big one in town tonight, Matt, I don't know if you've seen much of. Pineville is ranked, and that's a base on balls. Pineville is ranked number 1 in division. This is softball in Division 1 Select at 13-1, and they host Ash tonight, who is ranked number 2 at 13-3. So you've got a 1-2 ranking in the power ratings.
In the same area too. That's what's amazing. Oh wow, that's going to be a very big competition.
Yeah, that's a good one tonight. We've got Billy over there who normally does the PA for Ash, and he's going to go out there and cover some of that for us. 2 down here in the top of the first. Looking to steal one, and that's just a good shot by Parati, who comes up and ends that threat. So Lemoyne will lead things back off. She'll be back there. It was 1 base hit, 1 left on. We come up in the bottom of the first. Shelton, Drago, and Davis when we come back.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
And we're back to the Eagles' nest. Doug Gann, Matt Scalfano bringing you out here at the top of the first. Went okay. You always you got a strike out there. You got a stolen base throw out. And Parati has just been solid behind the dish for Coach Brad turning that group, and her arm was on display there.
Oh, yes, definitely so. I mean, risky call, I will say, from the Mustangs head coach, making that stolen base, even though the 2 outs on the board. I know they're trying to squeeze that one player in on third base to try to get something on the board, but it was just too risky, I think.
And the arm that Parati has, even though it's a first and third, a lot of those teams that they'll play will just let that runner get on down to second base because they don't want the runner from third coming in. Play was put on, get that out. That's the confidence that Coach Turney and that group have. Sawyer Shelton will lead things off, and she's excited about playing in this one. She's had a couple of inside the parkers, has never had one out of the park. And she said this was going to be her day.
It definitely seems like it with this wind blowing out towards center field.
And so I'll tell you, there's a podium that our center field cam is on. That one up high and out of the zone too, trying to go off speed with this group. So I was up on that podium that's just to our left, and we'll get a shot of that here in just a minute. That one dropped, but still outside the zone. One thing you'll see about Sawyer, if she gets on base, a walk is as good as a triple for that young lady because she will make her way around to third. But with the wind blowing and that instability, I said, I'm not getting up there. Drops the bat before the ball even got over there, and she's going to end up on first base. And like I said, you'll get a good look at Sawyer over there at first base, and Annabelle Drago will come up. Up and down this lineup, they have the ability to hit it out of the park.
We're also in the way. We could be in danger territory too, being out. Even though we're just outside of the playing field, I mean, just barely.
I did have that conversation with them pregame when they were warming up. I said, look, I know y'all want to get in front of the ball and get it up in the air, but don't do it. That one's going to be the first base hit, and watch Sawyer will make her way around to third base. They'll hold her here. And that is a single.
A double.
And they'll take the double on the throw, take second on the throw. And so hometown scorebook might give her the double. We're going to give her the single, and she takes second on the throw. But Sawyer all the way around to third base. I get booed a lot of times for my defensive scoring that I do. But Emma Davis now will step up there, and you'll hear that table behind us go crazy if she gets one up in the wind as her mom is there at the gate where they're taking. But we'll show you. Let's swing around real quick, and we'll show you. That scaffolding is where they wanted me to go, to where one of our cameras is. And I told them, I don't know about that with the hurricane force. Well, I guess it's more just tropical depression type winds here, but it's rather breezy, to say the least. 2 balls, no strikes now to Davis. She is in front of Sophie Giordana. That one misses up high, and Sawyer's going to come around home and score on that one. And the unfortunate thing about this Lady Mustangs team is there's just not a lot of pitching out there. And so they have, as we talked about in the pregame, they've been outscored in their 12 games 232 to 7.
Right.
In their games, and there's been a lot of games, as you might imagine, that they've been shut out on, of course. But the fact that they're fielding a team and still going out here and competing is great. Kind of hops at that one, and that's going to be another base on balls, and we should expect Davis to make her way around to second base pretty soon also. Sophie Giordano will stand in there. She hit one at Grant when we were out there that just it drops off behind left field down this hill, and she pounded it. That one misses, and it does get Davis down into second base. Games like these, Matt, they're tough on both sides of it because as a team that's used to seeing fastball pitching, you're not seeing it.
Yeah, they got to slow down and get their mindset just right to get the ball.
That one misses. 2 balls and no strikes to Giordana. Parati would be on deck. She ended the top of the first with that big play. Now, one of the rules that they changed in baseball, I don't know if they've done it in softball, but I expect they have, and I did not get, I think they're calling a dead ball that hits Sophie. So she will officially be on via hit by pitch. But in baseball now, they've got a 20-run rule after 2 innings, 15 after 3 officially, and then 10 after 5, as has been the case.
I knew the 10 after 5. I didn't know
just
about the
this
other
year.
ones. Wow, okay.
They made the adjustment on that, and the unfortunate thing is there's been some games as Drago makes her way down. There's been some games that have ended via the run rule. Go ahead and put that one under there. We missed the first one, so runners move up a base each. Beautiful afternoon, just a few clouds in the sky, and had that wind not been blowing, it would be probably a perfect day for baseball. It's not a bad one because it's keeping it cooled off. We'll be asking for a little breeze one of these days.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That one misses up high. Kate Perotti will stand in there, and she had that big play, Matt, to end the things in the top of the first.
Yep, that was the catcher who made it all happen. Oh, off the back of the left leg. Oof. She kicked it off and walks on over to first base.
Couple of walks, couple of hit by pitches, and you're right, that'll load them up for Addie Wright, the big hitting first baseman for this team. What do you tell your team defensively or offensively as you look at it from Menard's perspective first, when you're saying, look, don't swing at bad stuff, but what's your approach at the plate in this?
It's hard to say because you really want, I mean, with this wind, the girls, they are wanting to hit this ball. I mean, this is perfect home run weather right here, but you know, they got to play it smart, you know, at least for the first few innings. And then later on, maybe you can pull back and have a little fun with it and just start swinging at some crazy things. But right now, play it smart, get some runs in, get some numbers on the board, and go from there.
That's correct, because the last thing you want to do is get out and not put that one is smoked back over towards down the first baseline. One run is coming in. Sophie's going to make her way around, and into third base goes Perotti with a 2 RBI single there, and that'll put a couple of more on the board for this Lady Eagles team. So we'll take the runner off of second base. You'll have runners at first and third here. And Kaylee Methvin will look to help herself out here.
Looks like there was a stolen. Who was that?
Yep, that's
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
It's that one.
Went ahead and took the steal.
So runners move to second and third. Now, let's look at it the other way around, Matt, to long inning, and you saw that that Methvin got loose in that first inning, came out and threw, and now she will have said this is going to turn into a lengthy inning.
Oh, yes. I definitely think so. If she's just got to really work on getting that ball over the plate, you know, and it's just very tough. She's just not having that coordination, it seems. But she's I think, slowly dialing it in. It's just taking her a minute to get there.
Yep, and for Methvin, for the Eagles, and she's pitched and she's sat for a while. Now she's batting here. How do you come back in that? Oh, and she almost catches that one. The ball was that far inside. She turns and nearly catches it, and that's going to be one that loads them up again. Now for Mika Keogh. So we'll go back to that earlier. As a pitcher, your arms loose. Now she'll come off. There's going to be a courtesy runner that makes her way in, and let's get over. And we'll get some information on Amelie Lyons is in there. She is the other senior on this team. Amelie was on the show the first night that we did it, and just she and Sophie, a lot of senior leadership out of that duo.
Oh, yes. The Lyons family's a really good family. We're actually pretty close to them with my family. We know them pretty well. And Amelie's very athletic. She's very speedy. I remember last year whenever I called a couple games with Mr. Tom Boucher that she was speedy. She was fast. They always used her as a pinch runner is what I would say. But she was very good about getting on base very quickly.
They've got her in running for Methvin to try to get Methvin out and keep her rested. Again, we told you she started the game 4 strikeouts shy of 500 in her career, picked up 1 in the first inning, and so she sits at 497. The count to 500 is on. That one is swung on and missed. Back to the pitcher, but goes through her legs. 1 run is around. Coming in is another one. And there you talked about Amelie, and she goes first to third on that play. They will pick up 2 more. Lady Eagles getting these 2 at a time, and Kenzie Lyles. Well, this is something that you like out of the 9 spot, as that one misses up high. Out of the 9 spot, she's got 5 home runs on the season.
Oh my goodness! Wow, out of the 9 hole.
Out of the
wow,
9
that's
hole.
impressive.
Yeah, and Coach Turney likes to spread it around like that. That good one drops in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. This represents the 9th batter in this inning, so Sawyer Shelton is on deck. That one smoked down the line and going to be fair right in front of where we are. 1 run has come around, and they're waving Kia. She will come in and score, and they're scoring them 2 at a time in this one. Now 8-0 in this one. Lone runner I see is at second base. Here, we'll clear that off.
That is correct.
And back to the top of the order. They've got the same thing I do, just a couple of base hits, 3 base hits now with that one. That'll get Lyles over to third base. It'll be interesting tonight. Coach Turney keeps up with the player of the game in this. A couple of candidates early as that one rolls up there for ball 1. Correction. 2 balls, no strikes. If we had just a little, maybe about a stool right here, that one misses up. 3 balls and no strikes. They they move into district, or they continue to district play. They will go against top-ranked Kinder on Thursday night, so that's going to be a big one. And that's what I was asking you. What does this do in a situation you're not really seeing a lot of good pitching, and you're going to have to go into somebody that's going to Purdue, because their pitcher that'll throw Thursday night for Kinder is a Purdue commit.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that the Purdue commit was there. That's going to be, wow, that's amazing. Well, for Menard, they really got to get their mindset in whenever they start playing. There's a good hit.
Right to the second baseman. That play is made, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning.
But I think for Menard, for whenever Menard's playing Kinder, right? That's what you're saying. Yeah. So
Thursday night.
I mean, the concern I think would be their overconfidence after this game. I mean, I wouldn't want them to be too overconfident after having this type of like, oh, look at this, we're winning a lot of runs, we can relax, we can pull back. No, and coming off of that Purdue commit from Kinder, it's just going to throw them off when they start seeing really quick balls coming right at them.
It's going to be a vastly different game in that one. But it's great to see, and that's the kind of play, because they've played Ash, they've played Tioga, they've played Pineville, they've played any big team that you can get. That one is lifted foul, and shortstop, left fielder unable to get to that. But those are the kind of games. That's how you measure what you're going to be able to do in the postseason as well, is my playing in games that are like that.
Oh, yeah. You got to play the difficult teams because, that's all you're going to start playing in.
That one is smoked down the line. It's going to be a fair ball.
Good hit, Bell.
Drago gets that one, and Emma Davis now will stand in there. 8 runs on 4 hits for Menard in this one.
But like I was saying, Doug, when you get into the playoffs, maybe those first round, maybe second round, they're not too bad. You do have to concentrate a little bit. Oh, there's a fastball.
They throw behind the runner. Drago saw that right away.
That was a good awareness from Drago.
Yeah.
But, like I was saying earlier, with the further you go in the playoffs, the harder the teams are going to be. And so you really got to show up and really have to make commitments, be very disciplined with the ball, and be very disciplined with field play. I mean, and this kind of game here is going to be tough for Menard to kind of come back from that, I feel like. But they could have potential to do so.
Well, you know that in their day off tomorrow won't be a day off. Coach Turney will have them working and working hard.
That's right. A day off is never truly a day off.
Now, we asked some 10 years ago now, speaking with Coach Bachman after an Ash football game in probably season 2 that it was over there. I said we were having dinner with my wife, and I were having dinner with him and his wife, and I asked him, I said, so what do y'all do in the off season? They both just looked at each other and laughed, and that let me know there wasn't a lot of off season.
There wasn't really any off season.
Runners at first and second now, and that one is just past the shortstop. One run is going to come in. They'll hold Davis there at third base. And a good piece of hitting drives in another one. You know, kind of a good news, bad news situation. Starting to get the ball into the zone and not throw as many of them out of the zone, but Menard's just teeing off on it.
Yeah, they're taking their chances and taking the opportunities that are coming up for them. So, I mean, why not?
Got a runner over there at first now, and it's an official, so they will go and bring in, looks like Adeline Ledette is who will make her way there. And that is indeed. So runners at first and third now. Still 2 down, 9-0. Lady Eagles lead this when it bounces up, and lead runner Davis is it stays at third. Not going to advance, I don't believe, anymore. Home. That one smoked down the line and foul.
Almost went into the dugout, that one. Wow.
Speaking of dugouts, there's a look inside that Lady
they
Eagles
are.
dugout. He told me, he said, yeah, you can have the camera, and just don't tell them, because I don't want them over there looking in the camera the whole game.
Doing some goofiness.
Right. 2 balls and a strike. This first inning has continued to roll on. Almost looked like it curved back on there, but did not. Doug Gann alongside of Matt Scalfano, and Matt, maybe you're just bringing the luck to the Lady Eagles. That's going to drop in right in front of the right fielder as a fair ball, left fielder, and that will score 1 run. Lady Eagles have hit through the lineup and half. Get those set back up, and just a tough one. And you see Abby Fingleton will go in. She will go and head over to first base to run. Our first look that we've seen Abby. There you get a good shot of her.
Come on, Addie.
You're seeing it how we're seeing it, down the left field line, and Addie Wright has got a single on the day in her first at bat here in the first. That one misses up high, and Ledette and Fingleton, who are in on pinch running roles, will move up to second and third. Just tough to focus on this one, but your Menard not sure what happened there. If she just
not sure either.
I don't. They're going to step off of the Lily going to get out of this one. So basically,
coaches must have discussed or something.
Yeah. Yep. 10 runs in the bottom of the first inning on 6 hits. Leave 1 runner on. We'll be back right after this from Jason Hawk.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK.
we're back here in the top of the second we go. And that looks to be Paisley Lemoyne who will get us there. And Paisley was at bat on that caught stealing way back at the bottom of at the top of the first inning. We play in the top of the second now. Methvin will rock back and deliver this one, and it is in there for strike one. Again, she sits at 497 on the day. And this is one of those you don't know how many innings that she'll have out there today. That one's in there for a strike. And we talked to Coach Brad about it. Of course, they go on the road, and she throws. The pitchers in softball throw just about every game. And so it's something they try to explain to me about the arm motion and all of that, and that one misses outside, about why they can throw 5,000 pitches in one day.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
I exaggerate there, but still, to know that they pitch every single day, it seems like.
Right. I mean, that's the surprising thing. But apparently, it's a natural motion of the arm to come at it from that angle. I mean, I remember being explained to that.
Down on strikes goes Lemoyne, and that is strikeout number 2 on the day, and puts her at 498 is the Methvin watch. Yeah, that natural motion.
Yeah, that natural motion of the arm, it doesn't bother him. Unlike where we see in baseball, it comes at a very unnatural motion coming up and over and in, which is very difficult.
That one swung on and missed.
That was a fastball.
That
I've never
is
seen one.
Charlie Villamaret, the catcher, looks at strike 2, and a Methvin is seemed to be feeling that was the highest or the fastest one that we see. Took something off of that one now.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm curious to know about the arsenal. You know, with baseball, I'm just so familiar with, breaking balls, sliders, fastballs. You can see it all the time, but in softball, it's just coming at a different angle, so it's very difficult to see.
Down on strikes, and that is number 2, and number 3, and she sits at 499 strikeouts on there.
One more to go.
How
for
about
Methvin.
that? The tension
Wow.
is there without a doubt.
Yes, indeed.
So they've got the rise balls, they've got curve balls, they've got change ups, they've got
yeah.
a little bit of all of it that they're able to throw. And they say, getting up to 60, 61 miles an hour is equivalent to the upper 80s in high school with the distance and how your response time is.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know the convert, because I knew it was just the mound. Well, I say the mound, excuse me. The circle is closer with the plate for softball than it is for baseball.
That one misses away, 2 balls and no strikes after striking out the first 2. And in a game where there's not a lot of drama, there's a little bit of it here as to will she get number 500. She sits at 499 now. That one is swung on and missed. And you'd like to go ahead and get that out of the way before making that trip to Kinder, because she will be on the hill, and that's just going to be a duel between those two. Methvin looks into Parati and gets it, and she'll rock back and fire and deliver this one down low in 3 balls and a strike. But you look at the travel softball that's played and all of that, and just how many pitches these young ladies throw in a weekend, in a day, or whatever it is, and they don't seem to tire of it. That one is in there, and full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scoreboard catching up to things here. This is Kenzie Gunnels that will look at this one. Methvin rocks back and fires, and ball 4.
Inside.
A collective gasp is heard through here, and if it's going to happen, it'll be Aubrey Furman, the second baseman, that will stand in. There you get a good look at Methvin looking into those shadows that are right there, and that's got to be even tougher on a batter, seeing that ball from the sun and then right into the shade it goes. That one is in there for strike 1.
Oh yeah, that sun to shade motion is just so difficult. Having to have your eyes adjust that fast, but the ball coming that fast, especially for Methvin, is not an easy thing to deal with.
Not at all. Kaylee rocks back, delivers this one, swung on and missed, and now 0-2. How about go ahead and get it right here?
Yeah, I know, right? Let's just kind of get this out the way.
We'll zoom in and follow on her as she gets ready for this one. rocks back and delivers. That one fouled back and out of play. They'll chase it, and it bounces over near the clubhouse and into that area where the construction is going on. Take a look around the outfield here. Not getting much work in this one. All eyes on this one as Methvin will rock back and fire once again. That is ground fair down the line, and it'll have to wait an inning. She sits at 499, but good piece of work there, and that will retire the side. Nothing across for Avoyelles in the top half of the second. We'll come back for the bottom of the second right after this.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. 446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Back to the Eagles' nest. Doug Gann, Matt Scalfano here in one that sees us go to the top of the second, or bottom of the second, correction. And it's been all Menard in this one.
Oh yeah, it's kind of nice to see, my alma mater's winning, but it's also kind of unfortunate because they're not really getting the big hits that they're wanting. They're getting a lot of walks and hit by pitches, and they're getting on base, which is good. They're working on their base running, but that's pretty much all they're really getting out of it today, which is a little unfortunate for them because they're going to have to play a really big competitor coming up here.
This is Addie Wright that will stand in there and lead things off for Menard. That she represents the sixth batter in the lineup, means they hit 14. They went through 14 batters in the first inning.
Oh wow, was it 14?
6 hits and 8 walks, 5 walks, and then the three outs. Come back out and get you a little better look, and that one is quickly 0-2.
I think the pitcher and the coach had a bit of a conversation.
I think they had a set to, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see what happens.
I'm just wondering if that's a different pitcher out there as that one misses up high, because she's got a lot more pop on there, so we'll try to look and get a number on her.
Yeah, I think it's number 14, Lily Blanchard.
Lily Blanchard has moved over from first base.
Yeah.
That one misses low. See those young eyes that we bring out to the ballpark, that's the key. Yeah, that is Blanchard, number 14. So Mayu is going to first base is where she's going to find her way. That one rolls up, 3 balls now and 2 strikes after going 0-2 to Wright. She's come here, Wright being down 0-2. She's come back to battle back to get this thing full. Down on strikes, and that's a strikeout looking. Record the backwards K there for Wright, and Kaylee Methvin will stand in there. And I'm telling you, it's just different because those pitches from that first pitcher were just kind of lollipops in there. That's right, and now this is...
Rainbows was what came to my mind every time.
That's correct. Kaylee Methvin, the recipient of 10 big runs in the bottom of the first inning. That one lifted
Right to center field.
center field coming up, and she's going to have that and quickly.
Wow.
2 up and 2 down in this one. And that'll bring Mika Keogh in there. So a game that I can never figure out. You send 14
Yeah.
batters to the plate.
1 inning, and then the next inning.
It's 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah.
That one bounces up, dead ball, and will hit Mika, and she'll find her way down to first base. First base runner here. And now Kenzie Lyles back in there. She'll take that one up high in ball 1.
Oh, tries to do a little bit of a back pick here, the catcher for the Mustangs, but wasn't able to get anything off, so it was a very good job by Mika getting back to base.
Look, this that's what you like out of this Avoyelles team. It doesn't matter what the scores. This coaches are working on are working on the future and building and playing ball, and that's what you want to see.
Oh yeah, trying to get the youngsters trained, maybe having the veterans pass on some knowledge, something like that.
That one's delivered but misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 down in this one. That 10 spot that you see on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard was put up there in the bottom of the first. It's a good looking strike in there. And that one chunked down the line.
Ooh.
And Mika down to second base.
Yeah, the catcher tried to catch Mika off, and try to catch her off guard, but, luckily Mika was aware and noticed the ball going past, and she took that opportunity and got to second base.
That one.
There's one coming out to left field.
Ooh, left
fielder
fielder unable
misses
to
it.
get to that one. Mika will come around and score.
Good hit, good hit.
Yeah, I think that wind died down just as that ball was hit.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that the Mustangs, they've been playing pretty far back because they're anticipating these balls to go out pretty far. And, the left fielder just missed it by that much, just right when the wind died down.
Yep. And so you'll leave Kenzie over at first base, score that run. And that one is ground to second base, over to first and in time. And 10 runs in the first, 1 run in the second. That's good work coming in and pitching from Lily Blanchard. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Menard Lady Eagles softball on 446 Sports.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athlete.
We're back to the Eagles nest here. Menard Lady Eagles up 11-0 as we move to the top of the 3rd inning in this one. Kaylee Methvin back in the circle for another inning, and we'll zoom in and try to get a look at her. She sits at 499 is the fuss. That one is fouled back and strike 1.
Yeah, Methvin, I think, is putting a little more oomph into these pitches. I think she really wants to get to that 500 mark.
Yeah, she wants to go ahead and get it right here. And again, you take a good look at Kaylee there. That one bunted at and foul and down low. This is Sage Fontenot. Sage represents the 9th spot in the order, the 9th batter to bat here, and she is down 0-2. Methvin sits at 499 and 2 strikes, delivers this one. Swung on and missed, and that's it.
There it is.
And they'll come over there and they'll celebrate with her a little bit. And Kayla's like, wait a minute, what are you guys doing?
What are y'all cheering
and
for?
we'll tell you what they're cheering for. That's strikeout number 500 in the career for Kaylee Methvin.
500 Ks.
And they'll give her that softball, and so congratulations. She's like, look, get back. We've got work that we've got to do. But 500 strikeouts for Kaylee Methvin.
She looked confused on that, too. She was like, why are y'all excited? We got a game to finish
Now
here.
everybody else is getting what it is.
And they're like, oh, that's what's going on.
Everybody else knew about it. That one is ground back, and why not? Go get it yourself over to first and in time.
Make it all about her today.
That's right, why not? 2 down now here in the top of the third. Big day there for Kaylee Methvin. And there's no doubt that she's going to be the player of the game tonight. Coach Brad and I talked about that beforehand. He's like, Doug, he said, 500 in a career is something that's amazing. And no matter what, she gets to it, she's going to be our player of the game. And we'll visit with her post-game, get her thoughts on it as well. And we'll talk to Coach Turney after this thing is over with also. Still got a little bit to go, though.
Oh, yeah, we're still going. Top of the third, so we got a little bit to go.
So when we move to the bottom of the third, I'm going to turn the play-by-play reins over. That one is lifted down the line. I'm going to get you into the flow of it and work you in, and we'll give you a half an inning of doing play-by-play for the home team here. So how about that?
I've been putting the pressure on me now.
Well, and I didn't just surprise you with it ahead and say, here you go, here's that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got
Lord.
Yeah, we got that one is foul down the line. It was good to see that the crowd found out about it afterwards too, but they knew about it on the infield pretty quick. And it was good. Coach Brad and I talked about that earlier today, that actually Sunday on the show we were able to visit with and talk about it. But again, congratulations, Kaylee Methvin. That one is smoked nearing the backhand, but not going to have it. But Davis did a good job at turning and keeping that one in the infield.
Yeah, it was hard to get down on the ball for that one because it was just coming in very fast. It was a big heater.
And we've seen a couple of real good hits out of this team. It's just on the defensive side and the pitching side has not been there. But again, you bring in Blanchard, and she just gave up the 1 run.
Yeah, that's it. And so, they have potential to have a bit of a challenge in competitiveness here.
Well, and that's what you want to see, is that there's not been an ounce of quit in them at all. And they had an opportunity to bail out after that first inning.
Yeah, but they kept pushing through it, and so now I think they're starting to get a little bit of momentum on their side.
Methvin rocks back. That one is down the line and foul, and it's going to bounce around over there by that tennis court area. Did you ever play tennis over there? Well, tell me, what all did you do over here?
Well, I mostly played soccer was my big thing and did track and field. I did play a couple of years of football, was my background, but I wasn't any that great at it. I was just kind of more of I'd say the big dummy that they just hit all the time, it seems.
Swung on and missed and down on strikes. That's 5-0-1. Look at them as they come into the dugout there. We'll get a good look at Methvin and company making their way in as we go to the break. If he lets them go there you go. Now you'll see the Lady Eagles start to make their way in. 11-0. We move to the bottom of the third. We're going to turn the reins over to Matt when we come back.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Hold my hand here.
And we are back here to the Eagles' nest, and I'm going to take the coveted scorecard, and I'm going to hand it over to Matt here, and there you go. And so leading off though now
is
Drago.
Yeah, Drago is now up to hit is Drago. She is our second batter. We do have the 3-4 coming up. 3 is Davis and 4 is Giordano coming up here. So we're gonna see how Drago does. Drago, hard to say.
So
that one goes low.
In the show when she was on, she was a player of the week in week 1, and I asked her about it, and I said, "What is it?" She said, "It's Drago." I said, "Okay, you got it."
All right, well there you go. So Drago looks at one coming too low for her, and so it's gonna be ball 1 for her. Blanchard with the pitch here. Goes a little too high. She's just got to get it right in the middle. So that's going to be 2 balls. And looking like more of a batter's count coming up here. So not too bad for Drago. Has some good eyes seeing where the ball's coming in. Here comes Blanchard with the pitch. And still high. So she just needs to bring it down. So that's going to be 3 balls, no strikes. Good batter's count in favor of Drago.
In that first inning, we saw Blanchard really throw the ball a lot more on a straight line. This one, it seems to be arcing a little more.
Yeah, it's kind of strange seeing that coming forward. And there's Drago taking her walk to first base. Getting a little bit of hustle on that walk there. So there's a base on balls. That brings Davis up to hit. Emma Davis at the plate here.
And so here's part of the problem that I ran into is that I had that dugout cam going the whole time.
Stolen base from Drago after that pitch from Blanchard kind of goes a little wild, so she'll get to second base. But yeah, I know what you were saying about that cam.
Yeah, and that entire first at bat there, as you're describing it, it's like the old radio days because we had the dugout camera on.
Oh, well, there you go. So I guess it's a good thing that I was doing that.
So back to live action.
There you go. Ball gets past the catcher again, so that'll go in for another ball to Emma Davis.
And you see what, and this is the equivalent of pulling up on the reins a little bit here, not stealing the bases on a pass ball.
Oh, takes that one right on the elbow. Davis is going to just, walk it off, takes it like a champ. That brings up Giordano. So Giordano's doing good today. Looks like she was hit by a pitch as well earlier. So we'll see what Giordano does. She is coming at the 4 hole here. So
looking good to have Sophie back. Looked like she had hurt her back. She wasn't on the show yesterday or Sunday when we was out here, and they had hurt her back a little bit too and wasn't able to pitch as long on Saturday as she wanted to. But back in the lineup here. And that's the pinch hitter for. That looks like that's 4. So is that Ledette, I believe?
I believe Ledette, yeah.
Yeah, Adeline Ledette is in there. So Sophie's out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, my fault.
Well, so
it's hard to keep track of it all.
And then throw in the fact that the ponytail's over the numbers. That's
even
the
tougher.
biggest problem.
Yeah, that throws it all off. So that ball goes low as well.
And this is a little bit what we talked about too. There's no advancement of the runners on here. Again, you get to the 15-run mark and it'll be ended.
Oh yeah, more like that wind is really picking up now. My goodness.
Yeah, it's gusting up. I gotta believe it's gusting up near 30.
Oh yeah, shoot, must be. Ledette, though, takes that one right in the strike zone, so it's going to be 3-1 count to her. Blanchard's getting ready, getting set, and rocking back, and there's the pitch. It looks like the ball just tipped off the bat, so that's going to go out for a little bit of a foul tip. So that brings it to a full count. As quick as it was, Ledette had a good opportunity for a potential walk here, and, well, now it's a full count, so now she's got to determine what's going to happen here. Here comes the ball, and I think that's a strike.
That's a strikeout, and that's an 11-0 strikeout is what that is. That one up part of the zone in the first inning wasn't called, but see who we've got. That's still one that's in there. So
so we got Parati coming up now. She's up here at the plate. Blanchard's not wasting any time, going to pitch it. Parati jumps out the way.
Yeah, she just looked like it hit her on that back foot, but coach is telling her, hey, Stop that.
Yeah. I remember, gosh, when I played baseball when I was younger, every time I tried to jump over the ball or something like that, my coach was like, why? You get on base for free. Blanchard's coming in quick with the pitch, and Parati's going to foul that back behind the plate.
See, here's ballpark fun, though. A little shot of the young fella there climbing around. That's what you can't beat fun at the old ball game.
Oh, yeah. You got to always have a good old time for the youngsters. Another hit from Parati. That's going out towards the third base line, but the third base player is not able to get the ball. So we'll just go drop it for a foul. That was Litzy, who's out there on third base for the Mustangs.
Blanchard in a little bit of trouble here. Remember, she just gave up the 1 run. Got him out of the inning in the second inning with just giving up the 1, and here she is working through this.
Yeah, she's working through it, and another ball coming in here. You know, we got batters at first and second. So Blanchard's, just trying to keep her mind on that, I'm sure, and just wants to really focus on getting this out here for Parati. Let's see what Parati can do. Here comes Blanchard with the pitch. There's a liner right to left field. Left fielder isn't able to get the ball. Looks like coach is going to send one home, and there's a bit of a misfire from everything. Batters are now at third and second, so Parati did have a single there, but a bit of a misthrow from a left fielder is going to cost her or get Parati to second base and advance all the runners. So
that's right.
That does bring a run in for the Eagles.
If you're scoring at home, that is a single and will take second on the throw. Do people score at home anymore? Is that just us old baseball heads?
Yeah, right. I think Amelie Lyons is pinch hitting here. It looks like for Addie Wright is who was in. And I think it looks like the umpire and the coach is just trying to confirm everything. Yeah, scoring at home, who does that anymore? I mean, I do it for some games, but not everything.
We have to go to his lineup card and look at, or did we say that? No, we said 34 was Amelie, didn't we? That's right.
It's like the umpires are just trying to get everything sorted and in order. But that was a good hit from Parati. It was a great line drive, and that wind definitely carried it out here towards left field. It was a little too tough to handle, I think, for the left fielder. Ball drops in for a ball to Lions, so it will be 1-0 on the count.
Like to see her get one out in the gap there and see some of that speed you were talking about.
I know. Another one drops down low. 4 coming in at a ball.
12-0 the lead here. We've got that adjusted on our Wallace High Associates scoreboard.
There comes Blanchard with the pitch. That one's coming up high. And we tried to do another bit of a back pick from.
Here's what I don't guess I understand when runners on the base, right on the bag.
Right. I mean, she was only like maybe 1 step off. She wasn't really trying to go too hard, but it's good practice to get into. Here comes Blanchard with the pitch, and it's going to hit off of Amelie Lyons' foot, and she's going to hobble her way on over to first base. She got walking with a little bit of it kind of hurt a little bit, but she makes it there fine and dandy. This puts the bases loaded with Methvin, our pitcher who just hit the 500K mark.
Right.
She is now up to bat with bases loaded. Now, Doug, is it possible?
Dude,
could she do it?
Dude, you have to. You've got to do that. She sits at 501 now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one she's got to get up in the air.
I mean, man, this would be a night to remember for Methvin if she could just, knock this one out of the park.
What do they tell you? Hit it high and let it fly.
That's exactly it. First pitch, though, comes in for a ball. And we're getting the second pitch here from Blanchard, and it goes up a little too high. I don't know what's going on with Blanchard. She was doing very good whenever she first came out, just throwing some beamers and some lines right in for strikes. Now she's kind of getting too high, too low. I don't know if she's tiring out or what's happening here.
And that's the question is, where does fatigue set in there? And that was Kaylee just trying to make something happen.
Yeah, she was wanting. I think that was the pitch. She kind of was arcing that bat and wanted to make it go real high.
12 runs, 8 hits for the Eagles today. What a big day.
Here comes the pitch from Blanchard. Oh, that's going to be coming in for a strike. Must have been on the near side. Methvin did back up, but the umpire did call for a strike. So
if she does get one up in the air, not only is this your first half inning, you've got to make the grand slam call. So.
Oh, right. There it is, up in the air, and it's going to be staying in the infield. Oh, but the shortstop isn't able to get the ball, mishandles it. She tries to throw home, and just advances one runner. Everyone just kind of advances by one. Man, I was really, when that ball came off the bat, I was like, oh, there it is, and it's going up, and it's staying in. Dang it.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of wind to get that one, out of here.
Right. But that was Vilmarette who was there on the shortstop who wasn't able to get it. And that could have been a combination of, well, that probably would have been a ball more for the third baseman because it had been a little shorter. But for the shortstop, the wind kind of took it off and was a little difficult to find. Looks like we have a little bit of pause of play here. The umpires are going to discuss a few things, it looks like. I'm not really sure what they're
Abby Fingleton has gone over to run it first is where she's at. But I'm not sure if they're calling the batter out on the infield fly. Runners at first and second with less than 2 outs is an infield fly, and that's what they got together and called the infield fly at that point.
Yeah.
So they're going to award that out. The run does score, but now the batter's erased. Runners are able to advance at their own risk. That one
is going to be popped up towards third base, who will not make a play on the ball, but she does get the tag out. That was a risky run by Lyons. It was kind of unfortunate why she would do that. I don't know. She didn't really need to make that play, and it looks like Coach is talking to her.
The run does score ahead of that, though, so that's 14. They'll put that run on the board. So they will play. They'll play on. They'll play another one. We'll be back. Did a great job in your first one.
Tried.
Again, maybe this win might have got that one out of that. I don't know. We'll be back right after this from Doug Young Nursery.
For cataract surgery in Central Louisiana, insist on Wallace Eye Associates, where leading eye surgeon Dr. Thomas Stuckey and our team of doctors continue to set the standard in cataract care in Louisiana. If you're over age 60 and just aren't seeing as well as you used to, let our cataract team restore your vision and renew your life. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
And we're back. Beautiful, sunny afternoon, and it is breezy. Again, let's put that graphic up one more time. And now that is Kelly Methvin that has went over 500 strikeouts in her career. With 5 on the day, she sits at 501. She's still got a year left and half of this one. 600, maybe 700 in the works.
Yeah, there's a possibility for it. I don't see why not. But Methin's going to deliver to Blanchard here, pitcher on pitcher. So we'll see. Blanchard does swing at it on Methvin, and it is going to be 1 strike to her. She's trying to make something happen, trying to get something going around here. Here comes Methvin rocking back, delivering, and it's fouled back by Blanchard. And that brings the count to 0-2.
I see whatever they've cooked must be ready.
Oh,
because
yeah?
I don't hear the burner going.
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't either. I hope they got it ready for us, you know.
Right,
Kind of working up an appetite. Methvin delivers, and that's going to be a strikeout again for Methvin. Looky there. That was at 502 for her now. Looky there. So good job from Kaylee Methvin.
Yeah, and she'll easily be the player of the game in this one. Now, 6 strikeouts on the day puts her at 502.
Mm-hmm. Lemoyne is up to hit for the Mustangs. And she's going to go in for a bunt, and it looks like good coverage. Wow, good job from Methvin picking up the ball, running in, and good coverage from the second baseman for the Eagles to cover for the first baseman. So Emma Davis was the second baseman who had covered for first base, who was Addie Wright.
Now, these are the ones that's been tough on today is the outfielders. Nothing's came out of the infield.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're just hanging out.
Yeah, it's just very surprising. Villamorette's up to hit now. Methvin does deliver it, but then that is going to go in for a strike. You know, I am very surprised that, you know, with this wind and with this beautiful day, honestly, the ball hasn't really come out. And, you know, I noticed there's another strike coming in for Methvin. That I noticed that with the Eagles, the outfielder for the Eagles, they're playing a lot closer than you normally would think so with a wind that's blowing right in their face. Versus the Mustangs, they're playing a little further back.
Well, and it's just because Kaylee Methvin has command of it. That strikeout number 7 on the day. Her total 503. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th when we come back after this from BU Designs.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless.
We're back in the bottom of the 4th. Lady Eagles lead this one 14-0. And 1 run away from this one. But you go back and you look at the scoreboard, Matt, and 10 runs in the first, but only 1 in the second, 3 in the third. So Blanchard's come in and done well.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you take away that first inning and that little oopsie from them, it actually would be a little bit more of a close game, and it'd be a lot more interesting, I would say. But, I mean, it still is an interesting game, but, you know.
1 away from ending this one as Lyles stands in there and takes ball 2 now as that bounces around. Lyles represents the 9 spot here, and she's capable of ending it on her own. Don't let it fool you, the fact that she's batting at the bottom of the order. And again, it only matters one time when it's there, is in the first of the game. Then you're just in the flow of the way that it goes. But having someone down there that gets you closer to that leadoff, and kind of a second leadoff is what you hear him talk about.
Yeah, and you know, Lyles, I think, what is it, 5 home runs on the year?
5 home runs, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so she has the potential to basically end this right here, right now. You know, everything's in her favor. The wind's blowing out. Beautiful day. You know, the sun's right in the outfielder's eyes. There's so much potential here for Lyles.
Blanchard throw this one. It's going to be popped up into the infield. First baseman's going to have that one, and that's good to see, the catch and the out. Not good on Kinsey's side of it, but the fact that this Avoyelles team has had some trouble with some balls in the air, and so good work there. Sawyer Shelton will stand in. She bats from the left side. Slap hitter, pull hitter. She can do anything with the bat, just solid as they come. You saw her there, Matt, starting to run up like she wanted to slap it.
Yeah, so that's what that's called, slap hit or whatever. Okay, interesting. Now, do you know the science behind that one? I don't.
I just know that when you get a speed, especially you see her bat from the left side over there. So she's getting up at the very part. She's got a running start when she gets going. Put that on the ground. The base is so short, it gives her the opportunity to get down. But I've seen her poke one over the third baseman's head too and end up inside the park.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
She's one of those, they talk about how fast she is, can turn off the switch and be in bed before it's dark.
Now that's fast. That is very fast. Yeah, she tries to go, but no, they just walk her on over to first base.
Look, she's already and sometimes she won't even stop there at first. She'll just continue,
just keep on going.
Continue on around.
You don't even realize it. She's on third.
Annabelle Drago will stand in, ready to go to work. She hits from the right side. But a pleasure having you out here on this breezy day. That one is going to get by, and that's going to score Sawyer. I can tell you that.
Yeah, she's going to go in. Yeah, coach is waving her around, and she looks like she's jogging, honestly. That doesn't look like 100%.
Nope, and that's 15 on the board, and that'll do it.
Yep.
Cue the music, and that will be a walk-off win. And I'll tell you, once it got by, there was no stopping. There was no stopping Sawyer from getting around and scoring in that one. Indeed, she did that. Player of the game is going to be Kaylee Methvin. There's no doubt about that. Again, here's what all the hoo-ha is about. Kaylee Methvin, 500 strikeouts in her career. Added on a couple of more. She's at 503, I believe, is where she sits. So congratulations to Kaylee on that. Matt did a great job in your first round at it, man. This was a lot of fun. I don't know. And look, here I've got to give you some wisdom. We're not going to stop and then wait a little while and come back for 45 more minutes of it. This isn't soccer. You're done with this.
That's right. So strange.
Yeah, right. To actually, what do you mean? Everybody's quitting and they're going home?
That's it. That was the game already.
Lady Eagles win this one. They've got a big one Thursday night at Kinder. Make sure that you hit the road and go on with them. Go out and cheer these Lady Eagles on. We'll see them come back here. Let them come back and say hi to us here.
Yeah, looky there.
See, there you go.
Yeah, smiling for the camera.
There they are.
Hey, there they are.
We knew that.
Yeah.
And look, I just told you, Sophie never met a camera she didn't like. Guys, that's going to do it for us here. We will visit with Coach Turney afterwards. That'll be posted later this evening. We will visit with our player of the game, Kaylee Methvin, and we'll do all of that. But for Matt Scalfano, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all, and good night.